After a record-breaking win in their first ever test versus Ireland, Sri Lanka are all set to take on the same opposition at the same venue from the 24th of April. The first game showed the gulf in skill between the two sides, with the Irish struggling to compete first with the ball and then with the bat. Their key issue seemed to be the inability to stay consistent, which isn't surprising considering how new they are into the test arena. There were some positives from their end though in the seam bowling and also some of the batters, especially Harry Tector, who looked like a batter with a big future in the format. Sri Lanka on the other hand will be happy with their returns in the first test. It wasn't a perfect performance, but the fact that they produced 4 centurions will give them some satisfaction. Vishwa Fernando's performance with the new ball is also a cause of celebration, the left armour only making it into the 11 as a result of some of the other bowlers being rested. Nishan Madhushka, Angelo Matthews and Dhananjay De Silva will be kicking themselves for having missed out on runs in the first test, especially on a docile pitch in Galle. Madhushka in particular has a real chance of securing himself a position in the team and will be desperate to make his mark in the second game. Another one to keep your eye on is Prabhat Jayasuriya, who is nearing a record. The 31-year-old is just 7 wickets away from becoming the fastest Sri Lankan to reach the 50-wicket mark, a record equalled by Ramesh Mendis in the earlier game. Asitha Fernando was one bowler who didn't have much to do in the first game, so we might see the extra spinner being brought into the team, which means there is a possibility of a debut for leg spinner Dushan Hemantha. Apart from that, it's hard to see any changes to the batting, meaning Kamindu Mendis will continue to sit out. For Ireland, Paul Stirling is available for this game and should slot into the lineup, perhaps at the expense of opener Murray Cummins, who bagged a pair in the first test. The visitors will likely stick to the same bowling lineup and hope Andy McBride gets more support from Ben White and George Dockrell. Jayasuriya's prolific run in the last 5 tests in Galle has kept the Sri Lankan bowling afloat. Though he struggled to get wickets in the latter part of Ireland's second innings, the work he did in the back half of day 2 was crucial to Sri Lanka being able to enforce the follow-on. His performance is definitely likely to have a huge impact on the game. For Ireland, Harry Tector was by far the most impressive player in the first test. The middle order bat showed good technique and temperament and will be hoping someone sticks around with him in the second game, which would give Ireland a good chance of putting together a decent performance with the bat. Sri Lanka is experiencing a severe heat wave at the moment, and it seems like there will be little respite for the players during the second test as well. Both teams will want to spend as little time in the field as possible with the heat, so whoever bats first will want to make as many runs as possible and push towards another quick finish in this test.